Hello and welcome to Live with Rex, episode 71. I didn't do one of these yesterday. But anyway, welcome to Live. I didn't do one of these last night. I was just kind of not in the mood to do one. I chose video editing and other stuff instead. It just made a bit more sense to do all that stuff. So here we are. We're pretty much going to be putting figures back on the shelves. Just chatting. This live's not going to be an hour, by the way. It's going to be shorter than that. Purely because I'm like up early-ish for work. Hey, how you doing? So that's something I factor in. Hey, yeah, I'm doing all right, but we're just adding stuff back to the shelves, and I want to talk to you guys about something that unfortunate that I found out about the shorts I've been uploading. Unfortunately, YouTube has stopped putting them in feeds for the. So my shorts were doing all right. They were getting 1,000 to 5,000 views each. Right, the shorts were doing really well, and suddenly, apart from the ones where I'm using audios, they're not getting a lot of views. And I'm like, hey, that's very random. It's not like it dropped off gradually; it just randomly dropped off. So I looked into it. Apparently, YouTube do that to people at random based on what they think will be popular. So YouTube doesn't think I'm popular. So if you're wondering why I'm doing less shorts at the moment, where I'm talking, that's kind of the reason. But other than that, things are great. We're going to be adding figures back to the shelves. We've got all these figures in here. We're not going to do all of them, but we're going to do some of them. Times it. So just come for 9. I was planning to do one this evening, but the reason I didn't announce it was I wasn't sure what time that I really wanted to go for. What was that? That's CapCut notifications. That's CapCut's what I use for my editing. We're going to do gaming. We're going to do the Simpsons game, but I know that if I continue to procrastinate not putting the figures back on, the only figures that have been re-added are the Cloud City ones. I need to put these two back. I had them down. I did film a short with Darth Vader and a Stormtrooper, so I need to quickly go over here and get these back up on the complete saga display. See, for the most part, you'll notice with the shorts, it's been figures used for the filming. Because those are the figures I have the easiest access to, because I don't really take them off. They're on a custom stand. Since I'm currently in the process of trying to collect all the playable characters from those games. I'm waiting on a shipment of minifigures that I've ordered for this project, and the stand will be changing like crazy in the coming weeks. Honestly, I've been thinking about buying more Wolfpack Clone Troopers for Clone Army 2026. The only reason I haven't is the value of them is insane. Like, I can't justify it to myself, if that makes sense. Because, like, I would like to do a mock. If I was doing a mock or something else of them, I would. But the fact that they will only appear in the army video, that's kind of the reasoning. But anyway, I've got this big box of figures that I'm going to show you. So we've got all these figures inside here, right? What ones we got? Astromech droids that I pulled out for some filming for yesterday. We've got the Wampas in here. Who else we got? An original Gundam Warrior from 2000. We got 2011 Princess Leia. Hoth Trooper. So we've got some stuff. And in here is a whole bunch of Clone Wars era stuff. Oh, no, I'm going to put on my secondary light. It is dull. That might help. So we're not going to do the Clone Wars stuff. I don't know if we're going to do that in this stream. I may well focus on the box. But yeah, that's still to be determined. So we'll go from there. I think we'll do the box. Because some of those figures will need like accessories and stuff, but back on stuff adds a slight element of challenge to it. Makes it a bit more fun that way. So, for instance, some of the stuff we got in here, we got like this is the stand for the Jabba Sail Barge figures. I'm not going to do that tonight. Happy birthday. Fun funny enough, mine's is in like 6 days. So any figures, right, that need accessories put back on, I'm not going to touch in this stream, purely because I want to get some of the easier ones on the shelf. And I'm thinking, I'm still not sure where I want to go with the Clone Wars era stuff, so that's going to go back in there till I figure that out. But we're just going to start picking through, finding some figures. See, for instance, we got a Kashyyyk Clone Trooper there. That's one of the 2014 ones. Hey there. So we're going to get some of those guys on. The 2005 Kashyyyk clones are pretty much just going to go in front of the walker. We're just adding stuff to the shelves. Towards the end of the live stream, I will get up close with the camera and show, but we're basically just adding the figures back, having taken them off to clean up the shelves. And we've got some interesting ones in here. But any figure, so for example, right, I'm putting some figures back in the box if their helmets or blasters have popped off while in here. And I'll do those in the next stream because I'm not planning to be live for long. But we've got some cool ones. We've got the Tauntaun here. This is one because it's got the grey saddle. It's from 2011. The brown ones are from 2009. We've got a Star Corps Clone Trooper. Cybertruck. That must be a custom thing then, yeah? See what else we got. We got an original Darth Vader from 99. I'll be putting him on Cloud City, fighting Luke, like in the iconic scene. Let's see, we got a winged Geonosian. Winged Geonosian will have to go like in the Separatist stuff. My Separatist display will not be my favourite part of my display. I already know that. I've not had the way too much to do with it. Battle Droid. We'll just throw him on there, of course. So this minifigure, right? Hey there. Looks like a Lego City show, right? No. Goes like a Lego City chauffeur minifigure, like he should be driving a level. This guy's an Imperial pilot from 2001. So the first Imperial added, he can go up there with the Super Star Destroyer. That's why no Vader would have been the first. That's a Sand Trooper who needs a blaster. Got another of these Star Corps Clone Troopers. That's one of those Clone Troopers that I have bought quite a few of. Can have them in front of the 2005 Turbo Tank. So it's the best place to put those. We've got Luke Skywalker here. This is his Desert Skiff version, so I'm putting him over this way next to the skiff. That's a snowtrooper that needs a helmet. What else we got? That guy needs a helmet. We got Onaconda Farr. There are some Clone Wars figures that I didn't separate. So Onaconda Farr is like a Republic senator. He has some episodes at least. He no. So we'll just put him next to the Y-Wing. I don't know why, but the Y-Wing feels like the appropriate thing to put him next to. He doesn't come in the set, but so I'm going to put him. We got a Rancor Battalion Earth Trooper from 2012. It's a pretty cool one. That's a Clone Trooper that I remember trying to get as many of as I could back when those were out. And as an adult, when I restarted my Lego collection, that's definitely something that I went back and did again, was just like, hey, how many of these can I reasonably get? Actually, no, I'll have Jedi next to that. I'll have these guys over next to this. What we got here? Oh, I've got Anakin. We've got a Gamorrean guard, so that guy will be going with the Jabba's Palace stuff. We got... It's one of those random droids that I like to put next to Jabba's Palace, kind of as if it's the droid torture room. Because Lego never did such a thing. What else we got? We got... Let's go stand on a snowtrooper here, so that snowtrooper can go... There's a snowtrooper there. Some of that's maybe subject to change at some point. I don't know. We got a 2005 I have most Lego Star Wars related things. A Yoda. But I may actually have a Yoda handy down here that I can still. I imagine I would. Alright, here's one of my... I think I have almost every version of Yoda, but here's the 2018 one. So this original Clone Pilot, he's going over here with all the ships. Great. That's a non-Star Wars figure. Anything in here that isn't Star Wars is going directly back in the box. I'll deal with that at some other point. Got another one of these Darth Vader from 2005. I've got quite... Sorry, not 05, 99. I've got quite a few of the Vaders from that around then. Putting them next to this 2006 Star Destroyer. That's probably where I got that one. So I got one for Cloud City, one for the Complete Saga stand, and one that goes with that. That Stormtrooper needs a helmet. Needs a helmet. Helmet. Alright, these two are good. We've got an Endor Rebel from 2013. Nah, I don't have that. I'm potentially open to the idea of owning it, but I have to sit and watch some of those movies. That Vader needs a helmet. That guy needs a weapon. It's another Tauntaun. I'll have to start putting people on these for riding them though. It was great though. No. No, we've got an Imperial Officer of Anakin here. It's one of these figures I got like as a bonus when I bought a lot once. And Phantom Menace Obi-Wan. So Phantom Menace Obi-Wan, he's solved. You can go in the Gungan sub. This guy, I'm just going to throw him up with the Imperial stuff. Needs a helmet. That's not Star Wars. Not any good to me right now. Alright, we've got two cool ones from 2011 here. Celebration Han Solo, and we got Bossk. So the bounty hunter Bossk, right? He's going up. I think I'll put him. I think Bossk and the other bounty hunter should go up next to the Superstar Destroyer. It just seems right. Han Solo of the celebration outfits going in here. Yeah, it looks good. But yeah, so I've only reached the 30-minute point. I don't plan for it to go longer than that. Just do. I have most of the Obi-Wan Kenobi minifigures that exist. So let's see what ones are in front of me in this pile. So General Veer, so it's going up there. Right, let's see. What Obi-Wans can I find? I've got one of the original ones from Revenge of the Sith in 2005. In fact, that figure I'll need to put up here somewhere. I've got a Royal Guard here. Should probably put some Royal Guards on either side of my Imperial shuttle. That would make some sense. Luke Skywalker, the 2010 version from his X-Wing, can go next to the X-Wing. Problem solved. Needs a helmet. It's a TIE pilot, so... No, that's a TIE bomber pilot. I'll give you a good showing of the shelves towards the end of the stream if you want. Another Imperial, no, it's not Imperial, Royal Guard. Imperial Officer, that other guy doesn't have a helmet, so the Imperial Officer, he can go... Oh yeah, alright. That's not Star Wars. It's a helmet. This is this ugly child that's meant to be Boba Fett. I'm going to put him with the correct set, to be fair. That needs a... That's weapon. Right, we've got a 2010 TIE pilot and QT-KT from the 25th anniversary. That was one of my favourite things they did. Because this droid does actually have an interesting story. Not just for being in the Clone Wars movie, but also like in real life. has a story. So it's one of those kind of cool, interesting things. Still shocked that Lego went and bothered to do. Because you know the way Lego Star Wars treats its fans at times is not great. TIE Pilot can just go over with the TIE Fighter. What do we got here? Needs a helmet. No. Got IG-88 and a Stormtrooper. I mean, yeah, it's pink. That's another thing about it. The Stormtrooper can go next to the shuttle. IG-88 for the bounty hunter scene. Han Solo with Hoth stuff on. I will put him next to the 2006 X-Wing. I do have two of those figures. And that figure did come in that set, and it's a set that I like to keep the figures in. I know that sounds autistic, because I am. No. No. Another Imperial Hoth Commander. Right, my favourite movie, right, it's always been between two. I can never decide between The Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi. It's always kind of been a mix. I would surprise you how many of my viewers are also. No. So it's almost like a connection link thing. Hey, how you doing? We got Obi-Wan's Astromech R4P17, and we got Han Solo's A New Hope 2011 redesign. So the Han Solo is probably just going to go up here with the Rebel stuff. Obi-Wan's Astromech, of course, has to go on this shelf. In fact, where did I put Obi-Wan's actual Starfighter? Oh, yeah, it's on this kind of miscellaneous shelf. That's something that I still got to get figured out. Hey, going in the box. Oh, you said Yoda. There's another Clone Wars Yoda. I've got a couple Yoda variants. Got another one of those nice 2012 Arth Troopers. I remember this figure coming out, and it doesn't feel that long ago. That is now a 14-year-old minifigure. That's crazy. C-3POs I always put on last to spread them evenly. This is an Imperial droid, so it can go come over here. I'll put other ones there as well. That kind of just makes sense. That's going in there. You're going in there. One of the many pilots I like to have sitting around it, like that scene in Return of the Jedi, because I've got the Home One down there. That's the 2011 UCS Superstar Destroyer. Right, you need something, but put back on. That needs its jetpack. It needs its force pike. No. I'm going to quickly gather a bundle of figures that are complete to get on there. I'll grab at least like 5. Got 3, 4. Let's get another one that's good to go. 5. So we got one of the redesign Clone Pilot from 2025. But we'll get in next to the ARC 170. Han Solo can go up next to the skiff. You're going in there. That's a 25th anniversary. No, that's a 20th anniversary figure. I can't believe that was 7 years ago. That's insane. It's another one of Star Corps. Can go there. This is a generic Rebel pilot. He's going on this side. That Boba needs some parts. So there's a Obi-Wan, but there's Turk Falso and original Luke Skywalker from '99 or fine. Mon Mothma is good to go. That Buzz Droid needs the actual buzz saw that goes with him. That's a backpack. I need to give that to a Sand Trooper. No. Now, those figures I put aside. I swear to God, my ADHD's playing up. That's Dagobah R2-D2. I don't quite know where he would best fit. We'll just put him next to Cloud City for now, since, you know, Empire Strikes Back. We've got another General Veers variant. I have a lot of those kind of Hoth Imperial Commander type figures. At one point, those were very common in Lego Star Wars. We've got Emperor Palpatine, so we're going to have him. Yeah. Maybe not. No, yeah. We've got to have Palpatine and Vader next to each other. Makes sense. So kind of just makes sense. You need a backpack. You need your horns. You're fine. You're just burnt up panicking. You can go there. You're on the shelf of randomness. There's one or two shelves here that are just have to be random by design. Got another Han Solo there. So that's an Empire Strikes Back one. No, he'll go there. The only figures that are going to go next to the 2007 UCS Falcon, at least for now, are the ones that came with it in 2007. So that Kadu can go there. That's an original Boba, but I need to get the stuff sorted for it. There's another one of those Han Solo Hoth variations. That's one of the Black Imperial Astromech droid. That's R2-Q2, if I remember correctly. Thank you. So original Geonosian. So that guy can go there. So this, I always thought, this always makes me think of prototypes. Yeah, I just farted a while. Because when these were out back in the day, I don't know if it's the same now, right? Because granted, you used to be able to see more of this stuff. Lego Star Wars, yes, I'm playing with my hair. Lego Star Wars, the prototypes, like, for instance, years ago on eBay, a red Darth Vader helmet sold like crazy, got a prototype helmet. Well, speaking of prototypes, this figure's not a prototype C-3PO, but I bet we all think that looking at it. So that figure would go down with all the Hoth stuff, and then I've got the white one as well, and the black one. I've got all like most of the C-3PO droid colours, if not. But maybe I have all of them. I need to check. We've got an Obi-Wan, it's just an Attack of the Clones one. You can go for the Starfighter that's in there. That's an A-Wing pilot, but it needs a visor. Helmet. That's that Yoda, but I need to get his lightsaber going. That's Captain Panaka from you can go next to the Gungan sub. But, you know, towards the end of the stream, or at the end, I'll take you over off the camera and show you what work I've got done. So, I have this set, right, that's on top of my shelf sometimes, or all the time. It used to sit up there on the top. And the deal with that, right, honestly, over the years, probably too much. These are, I've got another one that's in there somewhere. Right, there it is. These are old school from 2000 collector's cards that slot in behind figures. I'm going to put those collector's cards next to the Falcon to keep them safe, but I need to put them back on their stands. Got a 2013 501st clone, which is always cool. The nostalgia of 2013, like when it comes to years of Lego Star Wars that people have got a lot of nostalgia for, 2013 is always top of the list, like top 5 years. That droid needs an arm. This is a Vader, and it's got pupils, so this will be one of the later on ones. Do you know what? One figure exception I will make next to the UCS Falcon is Vader and Obi-Wan having a fight. You need a helmet. That's a skeleton. I'm not sure where I'm going to put you yet, so you can go in the box. I'll deal with you in a different stream. This is the Claude Padme minifigure, so she can just go in here. This is one of these modern 212 troopers that can go next to the AT-TE. I do have a few of those. When those figures came out, I went nuts trying to find them in magazines, because at one point they ended up in the magazine, I think 6 months after they released. or the set did. And for the longest time, I was buying those for the month that they were about. And well enough, I've never found myself wanting to buy more. It does shock me. Oh, well, the Stormtrooper should go in Cloud City to complete the scene. Right, that's Hunter from Bad Batch. I don't know where. That's one of those figures I'll figure out later where I'm putting. Hey, figure you out later. You need a helmet. I'll tell you one thing, right? My channel has went up subscriber count like crazy in the last week or so. It's went up nearly 150 subscribers. I'll tell you one thing. These live streams, thank you. This live stream is where it's very noticeable. Like the last couple of live streams I've done, I've noticed how my new viewership or whatever you want to put it has been noticed. Just the amount of people that are in them, right? The Admiral Yularen. Yularen should go front and center. Like, yeah, Yularen should be in front of those gunships. It just makes sense. But no, I'm enjoying having all these people in here and stuff. Honestly, it to me feels like an accomplishment. It is. We've got Admiral Piet. You subbed, thank you so much. We've got Admiral Piet. He needs to go up there with the Executor. That just makes sense. Because, you know, he's also in command of that ship like Vader is. Thank you. It's a 3PO. It's a Bespin guard. That's R2 with a drink tray. That guy needs a helmet. I will not be live too much longer, by the way. I feel like I'm up like really early for work and stuff. It's Anakin Padawan. I remember this figure. This figure's from 2013. I remember when this one was one of those figures, because I suppose this is still probably a thing. I don't really check anymore. But when a whole wave of sets comes out, see for like the first couple of months, the figures from those sets are worth quite a bit of money because there's not a whole bunch of them in circulation. I remember when that Anakin was selling for like 50 on eBay right when the set came out. That's some Lego Star Wars memories right there. So we've got Chewbacca in the prisoner kind of outfit. Or outfit, I say, just give him handcuffs. And a 501st pilot from 2013. Yeah, so do I, as you can tell. This is only a small portion of my shelves. That 501st pilot is going to have to go there. Chewbacca goes in the Jabba's palace scene. I do got to get some lights. There's a corner section of the lights. We've got a cabinet there and the shelf all the way around there. Oh, and by the way, the shelves you're currently sitting on are also filled with Lego. You know. Yeah, I totally do. Right, none of those figures are good to go on right now. They're not. 2005. Pilot. Yeah, I guess hit the Tantive, that's fine. got to go there. They can go there. It's quite a strong set, so it should be fine. So Commander Gree, he got to go next to the shoot clone. That Anakin, I'll go inside his Starfighter. I sort of figure out where the hell I'll put that. But that is actually a question. Where on the shelving did I decide Anakin Starfighter should go? I actually don't know. Where is it? Oh, it's over next to the Jango Slave one. Alright. We've got to go in and fix that actually. There we go. I required it. Just a slight adjustment. Nothing too major. What else we got? You're not any good right now. We've got one of those clone troopers from 2013 as well. One of those phase ones. That is another nostalgic minifigure from back in the day. We'll have a couple of those guys next to the Freako Speeder, I suppose. Another one of those black Imperial Astromechs. I've got quite a few of those. I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure why. Right, and we got Hoth Leia, which needs an accessory. Tell you what, we'll put 5 more figures on before we call it a stream, and I have to go. Because I am, like, up idiotically early. And I'd rather not be late for work. I'm in work the whole day, so I want the correct amount of sleep that goes with that. So here's 2 out of them 5. Dagobah Luke and the black version of C-3PO that came in the Death Star. It's a set that I sold a couple of years back, but I'm looking to get another one. This is something cool. I've got the red one, the white one, the black one, and the gold one. But this mold for C-3PO came in a whole bunch of colors. Oldest. Oh, that's easy. 1 second. The oldest thing I have is easily answered. So the box for it, the trading cards for it are there right now because I'm not set it back up yet. But this set here from 2000 is my oldest thing. Back when we got Lego Star Wars minifig packs for like 3 times and then never again. No, most of those are any good to go on. None of those. I want to buy the other 3 and do a YouTube video about them because I feel like they don't get talked enough in the community anymore. Granted, maybe there's some other stuff from that era that's it's a more of a big deal, but the minifig packs I just thought were amazing and they're kind of cool. I think if they'd continued doing them, they wouldn't be as cool. My favorite movie, it always goes between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. I grew up watching the original Star Wars on tape, so it's always going to be those movies for me. Like, I'm a big Clone Wars fan, right? You can see by the fact that I've got like went out and got 2 gunships, the attack shuttle, the Y-wing, Freako Speeder. Like, I have most of the Clone Wars era vehicles on my shelf, but the original trilogy is always going to be where it's at. Right, we'll add 2 more figures. None of those ones in that batch are any good. The only bits put back on. Right, here's 2 of those, couple more. We got Snow R2-D2 from 2012 and Wedge Antilles from 2006 X-Wing. And we'll tell you what, we'll end it off with Celebration Luke from 2009. I'll put them next to the Han Solo. But we'll quickly pack up the figures and stuff but that I've not put on the shelf, but we've made a start and I'll show you the shelving. Because it is looking really good with what we managed to get on. The reason I've put the figures on is I took the shelves, complete everything off the shelves, including the figures dusted. I've not watched Stranger Things. I like 80s music, 80s movies and stuff. So I've been told that I should watch it quite a few times. I've just not had the time to do it. Right, let's get these other remainder figures back in this box. I've made a small dent, if anything, but I'm happy nonetheless with what I've got done. I think I'm more happy that the Cloud City from 03 now has like a full vibe going on. But this will probably be it for me tonight. Perhaps I'll produce, maybe I'll produce another short or 2. And obviously, it's still full. It's still crazy full, so that's still quite a bit of content. And we'll try and work on that somewhat tomorrow. Tomorrow's stream, I want to be longer. The last couple have been under an hour, but that's due. The last one I did, I got called back into work. And truth be told, that's why I put this one off so late, in case it happened again. But I'll see you guys in tomorrow's stream. I'll post it in the community tab when that's happening. See you then.